This is the Overdue Homework Podcast.
Welcome to the show. That's Trav. I'm Drew.
And I'm Trav.
This is the Overdue Homework Podcast, and as always, we are here to give you our opinions on 80s and 90s media. Contact us, podcast@overduehomework.com. Trav, how are you doing?
Pretty freaking good, Drew. Pretty good.
Good. Tell me why.
Because life is awesome.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
You were a big BSB guy, right?
Of course.
Who was
Are
it?
you kidding me? Like, there is no battle. They're both amazing. Backstreet and Sync. I'll take them both. But yeah, I don't know. It helps when you have such awesome source material for our podcast.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those shining moments. Like, dang, this movie is killer.
Like 100%. Like, this is the upper echelon of what we've done.
Yeah.
I'm already itching to watch it again.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Super awesome.
Yes. And obviously, we're going to get all into that. We're going to get all
Of
into
course.
that.
And I
obviously.
assume you're also doing good.
I am doing amazing. We had conferences for Evelyn, 9th grade conferences, and she, or 9-year-old conferences, not 9th grade.
Ninth grade.
She is not in 9th grade, so her 3rd grade conferences. And they went amazingly well. She's right on track for everything, so it's always heartening when you go there and the teacher's like, you guys are doing a good job.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, because you get no validation from any other person on your parenting. Because your parents, they mean unbelievably well.
Right.
But usually their validation is just veiled critiques
Right.
on how you're doing your things with your children. And it's like, you know what? You had your chance.
Yeah.
You messed me up.
Yep.
I'm trying not to do the same thing to my children.
So you luckily didn't have the Big Daddy situation where you walk in and she's like, Evelyn's stripping people with a stick. And
Thankfully, no. But I
Good,
worry
good.
about Cameron. I worry about Cameron.
he's going to be peeing in the tree in the corner of the room.
I would not. I would not doubt that. I would not
Oh,
doubt.
Cam.
Well, Trav, with all of that out of the way, our homework review for this week is The Fifth Element from 1997. So, dear YouTuber, I haven't mentioned you yet in this podcast. We're going to say goodbye. The introduction is over. So find us, podcast at overduehomework.com for email or overduehomework.com. Those socials, Trav?
Facebook and Instagram at Overdue Homework Podcast. And of course, if you're already watching it on YouTube, then tell some other people to watch it on YouTube.
And
Overdue Homework Podcast.
like, subscribe, leave comments. We need that stuff. We need that engagement on our YouTube channel. I know if you're watching this on YouTube, you've heard the shtick before.
Yep.
So just do those things for us,
Just
please.
do your part.
Do your part.
Just do your part.
We don't make any money off this. There are no ads in any of this. So just like and subscribe for God's sake.
Just do it.
Just do it. So goodbye, dear YouTuber. Goodbye. And back to the podcast. The homework review, like I said, is The Fifth Element. And I'm going to go for it, even though I completely forgot on how to say it. Do you remember how to say it?
No.
I don't remember. We just listened to it. and I
Just
don't,
listen to it.
So it's the French version. What was it?
Sikyam.
Sikim
Sikim.
Elemente. That's not that sounded more Spanish, but it's The Fifth Element from 1997, directed by Luc Besson. Screenplay by Luc Besson. Robert Marc Kalman. I'll stop doing that for you podcasters. Story by Luc Besson, produced by Patrick Ledoux. I had to do that one because that one just begs for it.
Oh, yeah.
Even in English, it's still Ledoux.
That's like Frank De.
Yep. Starring Bruce Willis as Korben Dallas, Gary Oldman as Jean-Baptiste Emanuel Zorg. One of my favorite names in cinematic history,
Oh, for
honestly. Honestly, Jean-Baptiste Emanuel Zorg. Love that. Ian Holm as Vito Cornelius, Mila Jovovich as Lilu, Chris Tucker as Ruby Road. Ruby Road, man.
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Road.
Is it Ruby Rod or Ruby Road?
Oh, you're right. It's Ruby Rod.
Ruby
Rod. Did you ever watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you remember MCP Pants?
No.
I want candy, bubblegum, and taffy. No?
No.
Sounds exactly like Chris Tucker. I couldn't get that out of my head. Okay. Look it up, folks. Look it up. Look it up, folks. Luke Perry as Billy Masterson. Byron James as General Munro, which I'm a big fan of Byron James. R.I.P. He died in 1999, I think I saw. He had a heart attack. Yeah, something like that. He was most memorable for me. He was in Blade Runner in the very beginning of the movie. So I love him as a character actor. Wish he could have been in more things. He did an amazing job in this movie, I think. He was very funny. He was a good comedic relief.
Ian Holm is also R.I.P. I looked that up
yes,
June 19th, 2020.
Dang.
So we lost Bilbo.
Oh, Bilbo. He went to the Western lands, right?
Yep.
He did. Did you hear that there's a new, we're deviating already. There is a new prequel Lord of the Rings movie that's going to be coming. Well, it's in production.
Yep.
Did you hear who is writing it?
Yeah, Stephen Colbert
and
is a part of it.
Stephen Colbert and his son have been working on a script for a decade, he said.
Okay.
And got in contact with the director, Peter Jackson, and Peter Jackson read it and decided that it was good enough that they are going to move forward with producing this script at least further.
Right.
Apparently, as one of our coworkers, Carl, put it, Stephen Colbert is a scholar of Tolkien.
Okay.
He is an expert on everything Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
So
I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, me too.
You give me less CGI like the Hobbit stuff and more Lord of the Rings, and I'm all for it. I mean, apparently Ian McKellen said he's coming back, and Elijah Wood is going to be in it, and so...
Yeah, I heard.
We'll see.
I heard an interview with Elijah about it where they were asking him if he was going to be like a main part of the story, and he was basically like, "I can't really say."
Yeah.
But I will be back. I think I'll be back.
Right. I don't know how big his role is, but he said I'm Frodo and nobody else.
No,
is,
until the day
Elijah
Wood dies, he is Frodo.
Obviously, doesn't look any older.
No,
than he did 23 years ago.
No, he's just a little gray. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. All right. Tommy Tiny Lister Jr. as President Lindbergh. He's a favorite of mine in this movie. I love the president in this movie. Lee Evans as Fogg. I don't think they ever say his name. But
I don't think so either.
Charles Creed Miles as David. John Neville as General Stadert. Mai Wen Le Busco as Diva Plava Laguna. That's a name for you. Inva Mola provides the diva's singing voice. Music by Eric Serra, produced by Gaumont. Distributed by Gaumont Buena Vista International. Is released May 7th, 1997 in France. And then it had a budget of $90 million, a box office of $263.9 million, and that is $589.5 million in 2026. Thank you, U.S. inflation calculator. So that's a box office blaster right there. Yeah. That's a smash. Box office smash.
Compared to the last few that we've done, that's a smash.
That's a box office smash for sure. That's a box office smash for sure. Well, Trav, is there anything else you'd like to add? All right.
No, sir.
So,
I don't like it.
So, should we break it down?
Let's break it down.
Right. Let's break it down, Trav. So I'll just mention this real quick. Our newish format seemed to have gone off without a hitch, and people seem to like it, so we're going to continue with it. So here's some facts, folks.
Boom.
Some facts, folks. It was written by a teenager. Bassan started writing the story at age 16.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. That's very, I don't know. That's very creative for a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that a 16-year-old might have had a hand in writing it because the story is a little flat. It's a little flat, but it doesn't matter that the story is flat. Everything else about the movie makes up for it.
Yeah.
Considering its time, it had an absolutely massive budget of $90 million, especially for a European-made film.
Yeah.
Which is, even today, obviously your Marvels and your Lord of the Rings movies and all those things with their $200+ million budgets.
Because they know they're going to get $1 billion.
Right.
You know.
$90 million is still nothing to sneeze at in the industry today, that's for sure. Giant box office success, as we said, and it had a very star-studded cast for its time.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, Oldman, Ian Holm, Chris Tucker. Those are some very big mid to late 90s names in movies. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially Bruce Willis. Near the peak of his Bruce Willis-ness career.
For sure.
He made Armageddon after this movie.
Yep.
So, I mean, he is still top 3 male stars, action stars, dramatic stars, any star
Definitely.
in the world at that time. That is quite the get for a French film, a French foreign-made film. A lot of the movie was actually filmed in London at the Pinewood, the famous, very famous Pinewood Studios, where a lot of James Bond films were also filmed.
Nice.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Lilu's language. Would you have thought that that was a real thing?
No.
They developed an actual language on set and did pages for the script every day.
I mean, I had to wonder a little bit because she never seems to be repeating herself.
Never.
You know, you'd think
Yes.
she's just like ad-libbing gibberish,
Right.
but it's there.
It's
like
all
it's
there.
there for you to learn.
It's very cool. It's very cool. I would love to see some like written down like the script pages from that and like translate what she was actually trying to say, and then you could like build the real language off of it.
Like she certainly had the hardest time memorizing her lines, I would assume.
I would assume so, especially if you're getting pages with gibberish on it
Yeah.
to memorize before you do the scene,
Right.
basically. I'm sure there was probably some leeway in there when
Yeah,
she just said,
yeah.
but, you know,
Right.
it's still very cool that they went that far to make it feel that authentic.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. The Diva song was impossible, I'm sure you could tell, but they did a whole bunch of different types of electronic trickery to get some of those
Sure.
sounds out of there. Nobody is actually singing like that.
Yeah.
So if you thought that, you're an idiot. The movie did in fact nearly almost not get made. That was a lot of adverbs in there. It nearly didn't get made.
It nearly didn't almost not get made then.
Production stalled in 1992 due to budget issues before it being revived later. 1992, $90 million, and 1997, $90 million, that is a very large difference.
Yeah.
I mean, given America was, even though this is a French-made film, so I guess I'm going to stop there because it wasn't an American-made film, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
French-made film. It actually opened in the Cannes Film Festival in 1997, which is pretty dang cool, where a guy says multipass about 800 times in the movie, right?
Right.
That's pretty dang cool. I like
Multipass.
that. Won major awards. They won the BAFTA for Best Special Visual Effects and several César Awards, which are European award shows. But hey, that's neato. I think it deserved it.
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't nominated for an Oscar for visual effects because we'll get into it. They are stunning.
Stunning.
Even by today's standards, they are
100%.
stunning.
Better than a lot of the things you see today.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. There was a video game for the PlayStation.
Really?
Yes, there was a video game, 1998, PlayStation 1. Sold 750,000 copies.
Damn.
That's a lot of copies
That
of a video
is.
game. Even for PlayStation, that's a lot of copies.
Yeah.
And they sold games like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
GameSpot gave the game a 2.4 out of 10.
Damn.
Yeah, a reviewer called it quite possibly the worst game I've ever played.
All right.
After I read that, I was like, I'm not even going to go to try to find any footage of this. I don't want to waste my time.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, Trav, shall we get into the full-on breakdown?
Let's do it.
So, would you say that there is a wild mix of tones in this movie?
Oh, yeah.
It blends sci-fi, it blends action, comedy,
Lots
and
of
opera.
comedy. Yep.
Do you think that is a gamble on the creator's part to blend to have such a hodgepodge of styles and interests and so much going on, or do you think
Probably, especially considering none of them bring the other down. Like,
No.
every aspect is awesome.
Yes.
Is that like just a 16-year-old mind that's like, I'm going to put every fucking idea I've got in this movie? I don't know.
It certainly makes it a very memorable experience.
Yeah.
While I would think that it is a risk to try to blend all that stuff together, it definitely works. And
Yeah.
like you said, nothing detracts from anything. Everything is working like a machine to give you what we see on screen.
It doesn't seem like a slow 2 hours. to
No,
me.
definitely not a slow 2 hours. That was the best thing about this movie is its rewatchability and
Yeah.
the fact that it did not be like, all right, I really need to do some other stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, crap, the movie's almost over.
Yeah.
I really liked it. That bright sci-fi aesthetic was pretty killer, right?
Yeah.
Director Luc Besson intentionally avoided dark and gritty visuals in favor of colorful, almost comic book energy, which that makes a lot of sense, right?
Oh, yeah.
Luke basically said, what if sci-fi wasn't so gray and depressing?
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that. I
definitely.
mean, you go from movies of its era, definitely gray and depressing.
Yeah, for sure.
Sci-fi in the future is definitely presented as depressing, dark, raining, even though there was a bit of rain in this movie too, but that's okay. It's definitely, you would consider it a neon fever dream to some extent, right? I would consider that definitely. Did you like that love was the fifth element?
Love was the fifth element.
Like, it's literally the plot device. Love is literally the plot device.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I like it.
You like it? It works for you?
Yeah. I mean, I like it because I love both Mila and Bruce.
Yes.
So it works for me.
Yes. I mean, there was no subtlety about it at all.
No.
From the beginning of the movie.
No.
There was no, like, what could the fifth element be? It's love.
It's love.
It's love. It's love. It's love. I was fine with it. It seems like on the nose, if you're going to combine what's the other element that makes our universe what it is?
Right.
It's love. I mean, would it have been weird if they were like, it's some jibba jabba uranium?
Yeah,
that's the fifth element?
Poison.
It's actually poison.
What? Poison gas.
Poison gas is the fifth element? Yes, poison gas. I guess, well, why don't we not discover the fifth element?
I didn't see that coming.
Poison gas. That would have been what a twist. Everybody's dead.
It seemingly loved the whole time, and then poison gas fills the room. Oh my god! Then the light shoots up like whoa,
and everybody dies anyways. Ruby Rod steals about every scene he's in.
Obviously,
like
I mean,
everyone.
I love Chris Tucker, but I've only really seen him in like a couple movies. But I've loved Rush Hour a bunch when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
But I'd never seen this, so I was dying laughing every time he's in it, especially when he autographs all the pictures with a red paintbrush. Every time I watched that, I could not stop dying.
Oh my god! It was almost like Chris Tucker asked, "What if I did everything at once?"
Yeah,
and nobody was like, "That's a bad idea." They were like, "That is a great idea."
That's a great idea.
Did you have a favorite Ruby Rod outfit? Favorite one? I mean, there's really only two, but his favorite one.
I like the first one.
The first one, the leopard print one.
Yeah,
I prefer the black velvet and roses.
Sure,
it's so elegant.
It's so elegant.
It's so elegant. What did you think of Lilu as the perfect being?
I mean, it works for me. She's a badass.
Yeah.
I guess I've already seen her kick ass before this movie, so it like worked for me right away. I thought it was hilarious that they just assume it's going to be a guy, and then they're like, oh my god, it's a super hot redhead and skimpy clothes, and I need pictures.
They really did make her perfect, didn't they? Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They did.
I'm gonna need some pictures for my personal use.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of booby showing. And it's
a lot of
the
booby
second
showing.
time when she just like takes off her shirt, and he's like, Ian Holm's like, perfect. I know. She's perfect. All right.
She plays a hot alien very well.
Yeah.
Leave it to Mila Jovovich to play a hot alien very, very well. It was interesting how she goes from saying multi-pass to like complete existential dread in the span of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She learned that language very, very quick. She is
quick.
She is the perfect being, so she should be able to learn language incredibly quick.
Like, no
very
problem.
Unbelievable. What did you think of the dynamic of a taxi driver saves the world type of thing?
I mean, that's pretty funny. I put down that was the coolest taxi cab I've ever seen in cinema.
Yes.
Like, for sure. It helps that it's a flying taxi cab.
Definitely.
And Bruce Willis is driving it.
Yes.
But still, I thought it was badass.
He's kind of like the chosen one that doesn't want to be the chosen one.
Yeah.
At the beginning especially.
Right.
And then he totally embraces what it means to be the hero.
Yeah.
Which is very consistent with a Bruce Willis role.
For sure. It doesn't take much for him to be like, okay, so she's hot, but no, you got to go to, all right, fuck it. I'll lose that point on my license later.
Does he or does he not play John McClane in the future?
He plays John McClane in the future. For sure. Definitely.
I really like that.
Especially anytime he has a weapon in his hands. Like,
you want to play soft? We'll play soft. You want to play rough? You want to play hard? We'll play hard. Yeah. Like that is John McClane right there.
I mean,
talking to himself.
Got me locked in right away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like,
and he's got this sick ass like pod apartment situation, and then he comes out and has maybe the funniest scene in the movie with the guy that's pointing the gun at him.
Oh yes, that is one of the funniest scenes in the whole movie. Easily. I have it as one of my funniest lines in the movie, so we will get to that. Villainy and corporate greed. Do you think that Luc Besson was trying to make a point with the fact that the corporate The villain is like a corporate overlord of Earth.
Pretty much, yeah. It seems pretty obvious. What he's trying to do.
Pretty obvious. Zorg represents profit-driven evil more than just pure malice.
Yeah.
He plays Zorg like a corporate villain who would absolutely send per my last email type of an email, definitely. Yep. So is Zorg or is the planet, Mr. Shadow, the true villain of this movie? Is it Zorg or the planet? Zorg or the planet?
To me, it's Zorg.
It's Zorg, right?
Yeah.
Because the planet kind of gets forgotten about.
Yeah.
A little bit. But that's okay. We'll get to it. His secretary, when we see his secretary and she's doing her nails, and they're changing colors, right?
Yeah.
Is that a nod to Total Recall?
It must be.
It has to be.
Has to be.
There's no other reason to do that besides being like, I see you, Total Recall, and I liked what you did, so I'm going to do it too.
And Recall was
92?
90.
88?
88?
No, 90. I think it was 90.
Saying numbers.
73.
73. Whoops. That shouldn't have been in the podcast.
So this movie definitely has a cult classic status now, right?
For sure.
It wasn't universally loved at its release, but now it's a staple of 90s sci-fi fiction, correct? I would say so.
Yeah, I think it's in everybody's top 10 list I've ever seen. Like, I think of any time, but especially the 90s, it's either 1 or 2 in every list I see for sci-fi.
Definitely, and I completely agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a movie that I watched a lot, throughout time up until this podcast, but I have a definite appreciation for this movie.
And the fact that I've never seen it, but I know all the outfits pre-seeing the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's very in pop culture. It's very in what it means to think of movies in that type of sci-fi genre in the 90s. On paper, I would say this movie may not look like it should work, but on screen, it totally works.
Yeah.
Do you like the way that the future is depicted in this movie?
I like it.
Yes.
I mean, the scene of her coming out of the tunnel with all the traffic and the cars and the road way down is fucking sick, I feel like. It's super visually like, okay, this is badass.
Yes. I like how it's, it's like you said, flying cars, fast food on steroids, nonstop noise. It's like the future that we currently experience from what we thought of what the year 2020, for instance, would be like from our 1995 brains.
Right.
It's the same, but it's still very different. It's a really cool way to present the future because it's absolutely believable that we would have just gone straight up and had these giant flying car cities, basically abandoning the bottom third of the whole city in the fog type of thing. And it's just so believable. It's like it's same, but different. You know? Same,
I love
but
how,
different.
just like Total Recall, so we're way in the future.
Yeah.
In Total Recall, he's still making his oat drink with some old ass appliance. Like they couldn't come up with something different.
Right.
And then in this same thing, it's like we travel 300 years in the future. There's flying cars, all this stuff. But then McDonald's still has plastic straw cups and everything. Like,
those
what?
wax paper
you
cups.
couldn't come up with something a little more futuristic? No.
Well, that was a perfect tie into what I want to talk about next. Is all the awesome future tech that's demonstrated in this movie. First and foremost, the 3D person printer.
Yeah.
Like you can reprint any person.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it takes 20 seconds from start to finish?
Not very long at all. Not very long at all. That's a really cool piece of tech, and we'll talk about it a little bit more a little bit later, but I really love that scene, especially when they're building Lilu. I love that scene for some reason.
Definitely.
It looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. One of my favorite things was you put the pills in the microwave and you get a whole chicken dinner. A whole chicken dinner.
Good. And just a straight up full on rotisserie chicken.
And she eats after she had just finished another one.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Did you ever see that semi-viral video where that British chef says microwave in a very, very weird way. She calls it a microwave.
Microwave. Sounds a little bit like Rocco's Modern Life.
It really does. The microwave. One small piece of tech that I thought was really cool, and they ended up demonstrating it because Lilo gets makeup, is her makeup box.
Yeah.
How does something like that not already exist? I feel like that should already exist.
Exactly.
I mean, Homer Simpson made a gun that shoots makeup.
Yeah.
Which was a very funny scene. It's very funny. Look that one up, folks. Homer Simpson's makeup gun. Speaking of guns, Zorg's gun.
The coolest gun ever in the history of guns.
A real warrior would have asked about the little red button on the side.
Yeah. But that was freaking sick. It's such a cool scene when he blasts them once and then he doesn't pretend like he's shooting them. He's explaining that they'll all, go to its original target, but they're all freaked the fuck out.
Yes.
And
the replay. Yes. Yeah. I love that part about it.
That's just the first part of the gun.
Yes.
Then there's still all sorts of shit. A net, a flamethrower, cryogenically freeze this motherfucker.
Poison darts?
Yeah, poison darts. And it's like 12 of them right to the dome. Like, shouldn't one of them do it? But he fires 12 of them.
Think so. Doesn't it have a rocket on it, too? It has a rocket on it, too,
there's
right?
a rocket on it.
Does it not? Does it or does it not look like a Needler from Halo?
It does look like a Needler.
It does.
It does.
I got to imagine that Bungie dev team was probably a fan
100%.
and probably took some cues from it because it is way too similar to the way the Needler is way too similar in fashion and style to this Zorg gun. That was unbelievable. That thing is the coolest. I don't know why it's got that weird camo print on it, honestly.
Yeah.
But it does. But it's still unbelievably cool. And what was the name of the alien that he was giving the guns to? The Migrobs or something like that. How amazed, and they're like golf clapping for his demonstration.
Well, they really weren't impressed until the freezing.
Yes.
Freezing. We've seen everything else. But then the freezing, golf clap.
And didn't he say there was something like 15,000 rounds of ammunition in it or something like that?
Insane amounts.
That replay, though, however they accomplished that on screen, whether it was actually CG or if it was like hand-drawn cells on top of the frames of the movie, was very cool, and is an image that will stick with me because I was just when Zorg is just wildly firing at them and they're just going around them.
Love it.
It was a very
I put
cool.
that was probably like the coolest intro to a character I've seen in a super long time.
Very cool. His Zorg's whole like demeanor, his look, everything about Gary Oldman. Like, Gary Oldman killed that character.
Killed it.
Like, I don't know who else could have even possibly, even like the throwing in the Southern accent.
Yeah.
Southern accent?
Yeah, what?
Southern accent?
He's walking and he's reminding me of Cell from DBZ with the
Yep. I'd love to have had the tiny backstory of why he has a limp.
Yeah.
Just the tiny backstory. I just want that tiny backstory.
A little bit.
But so this that brings me to the next two pieces of tech that I found interesting, and they really juxtapose each other like immensely.
Mm-hmm.
They are still using CRT TVs.
Yes.
300 years into the future, which I'm fine with. I love me a CRT.
Me too.
But they also have faster than light travel.
Yeah. Sure.
So, I mean, CRTs hung on, but they figured out how to break the light barrier.
Yeah.
They could travel across the galaxy in hours.
It's so weird to me how you do so many futuristic things, but then you got a CRT TV.
I suppose people still use percolators to make coffee.
That's true.
And that's really, really old technology.
Right now, CRTs are coming back.
They are.
People need them for lag issues.
I'm never getting rid of my CRT, which I lucked out so hard picking that thing up in like 2000 and I don't know. It was probably like 2015, 16, just on Facebook.
Yeah.
It was free.
Yeah.
I had to go to Lake Crystal to get it. And the first time I went there, the guy ghosted me. Oof. And I was like, no, don't ghost me. And so then I got back home and I was like, where were you, bud? I wish I could have, had gotten that. Oh, let's meet tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to drive out here again.
Yeah.
He was there, and I was like, I got me a CRT.
I'm still mad that I don't have mine, because I had one that I bought on clearance from Kmart. It was a 24-inch, and man, I just missed that. I need it now for trying to get back into Guitar Hero and stuff with the lag issues.
That's tough.
And Super Nintendo on my TV kind of bounces a little bit.
Yeah,
I need me a CRT TV.
Need you a CRT. Thought that was all very interesting. Is there any other future tech that you can think of? Those are kind of the big ones. I mean,
Those are
flying
big ones.
cars, blah, 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 blah. I mean, they can build human beings.
Yeah.
So that is.
Yeah.
That's about it, though, for that technology. So, Trav, why don't we move over to some scene-specific talking points?
Sure.
Especially the opening, for me, the opening with the alien ship coming in the 1930s, right? 1930s.
Yes.
Was mysterious.
Yep.
It was ominous. And it adds a great bit of drama for me right off the bat in this movie because you don't know what's going on.
You're like, what the hell is going on? What am I watching?
The music fits the scene unbelievably
well. The
well.
music is super good in this movie.
The music
like, every
in this
time
movie.
it's just on point.
It's very much so on point.
But I did put in that first scene that the dad has no grip whatsoever on his son. His son will not listen to him.
No.
I don't understand why.
Not one bit.
He's just freaking out and he falls backwards and shoots. Like, why do you have no grip on your son whatsoever?
None whatsoever. It is that whole, like, ancient temple, mysterious aliens, priesthood guarding a secret, and then boom, hard cut to the future.
Yep.
Was kind of interesting. That opening scene in Egypt was very Indiana Jones reminiscent to me, and did you even need that scene? I mean, it does all the heavy lifting for the whole movie.
Yeah.
It tells you everything that we need to know about why they're looking for the stones, what the stones are going to do. We need a fifth element. They're going to save the earth in 300 years. It gives everything. That's a lot of heavy lifting for like a 10-minute sequence.
It is.
In that scene as well, Luke Perry makes his major motion picture debut, basically. And he's never really seen from again in movies, is he?
No.
Can you think of another Luke Perry movie?
I can't.
Nothing that was like in my wheelhouse, at least.
No.
He's fine in the movie. He kind of shows his chops as being a halfway decent actor.
Yeah.
But like you said, he really got freaked the fuck out at the end there and
Definitely.
just started just blasting away for no good reason.
Yeah.
No,
That's
really
an
good
email
reason.
opportunity for Ryan. Tell us something else Luke Perry's been
Yeah,
in.
there
Send
you
it
go.
in.
Please, 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 please. So did this opening, did it hook you?
Oh, definitely.
It
I
didn't
thought the intro was amazing.
It didn't feel like it was too much of a different thing.
No.
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 Okay. It hooked me too. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It's like I said, a lot of heavy lifting for this 10-minute opening sequence to do.
Mhm.
But it's nice to get all of that out of the way. And then
Right.
it's all over with. We know what we're dealing with. We've got that hard cut. We're in the future. We're staying in the future.
Yep.
It's a good juxtaposition, if anything. It's a good juxtaposition. How about Lilu's rebirth and escape chaos? Did you enjoy all of that scene? The 3D printing, super cool, right?
Super cool.
The hand that she was printed from, which looked like one of the hands from the aliens, correct? So do they all look like Lilu underneath the...
Right.
And underneath
I'm going to guess no, but that would be crazy to see an army of Lilus.
That would be awesome. Did you see that the hand that they rebuilt Lilu from was clasping the other handle from the box that held the stones?
Yes.
I didn't notice that right away, but then I put two and two together on a different watch through, and I was like, oh, so she was holding on to the box that was torn away from her hands, basically. That's pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. I love the way that this whole scene is presented. It's a great bit of Hollywood futurism. And she's nude, so I'm not going to complain about that. Should she have had the intellect of a newborn? How do you reprint with that, all the memories and everything that's not stored in every single cell?
Right.
Is that a plot hole? Can you move past that in the movie once you understand that seems weird to me?
It is weird.
How would you go about getting the memories and everything intact? I suppose she's supposed to have, would they say, quadruple the amount of DNA strands?
Yeah.
So maybe that information can be stored within her DNA?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I guess they can 3D print those memories as well.
Damn right.
And she escapes out of that pod. She punches through it because it's unbreakable, but not unbreakable for Lilu.
Nope.
I love how she gets down into that animalistic stance and just is like almost growls at the military guy there and punches through. I thought she killed him.
Right.
Because it seemed like she killed him.
Right.
But his reaction was like, you just punched through my guts, Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah.
But he did just knocked him out,
knocked
which
him
is
out.
fine. He kind of deserved it for being a little bit of a
Kind of
creepo.
wish she would have killed him.
She gets out of there in a hurry. And then that amazing leap of faith when she jumps, she's got no place else to go.
Love it.
She's like, I'm out of here. I'm jumping. We're going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
I love how the cop's like, she jumped. He couldn't even believe it.
No.
He couldn't even believe it. And Lilo crashes through that cab and learns language at warp speed. Unbelievably. Bada boom.
Bada boom.
Even though he doesn't say bada boom, he just says big boom. And then she says bada boom. And he's like, yeah, bada boom.
Bada
big
boom.
Bada boom.
Bada boom. And he gives us one of the best lines in the movie. I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English.
That's a great line.
I love that line.
That's another something I could hear John McClane saying.
Definitely. That was a very John McClane line.
Korben and Lilu's rapport is instant. It's like Chuck Woolery Love Connection style. Be back in 2 and 2. You know, it's like, just.
Is this the fifth element? Is this the love here? It's sparking up a little bit.
It was instant connection. It's instantly believable. It's very good throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
You can tell that Korben throughout the whole movie understands that he's having feelings for Lilu, but doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to engage in those feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a recent divorcee.
Yeah.
And that flying car chase. Chef's kiss. That
Definitely.
flying car chase is super cool.
Love it.
It looks crazy good. It's a great blend of CG, practical effects. I love everything about it. Even Korben's instantaneous decision to just be like, fuck it.
Screw it. Lose that last point. We're going for it.
We're out of here. I love everything about it. It's a really good action-filled introduction to the pace that this movie is going to make you expect for the rest of it.
And I love that he thinks they're not chasing right away. He says something like, oh, you're lucky if they don't chase you after whatever. Then
after
you're
a mile.
Good. And then he turns back and there's 4 cop cars there.
Well, maybe it's 2 miles.
Maybe it's 2 miles. Love it. Love it.
That final dive into the fog.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Sick.
It's so cool. And he is just full on like military training paying off like crazy.
Yeah.
Just making it through all of that stuff. I wish we had 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, just a couple of lines of like, yeah, this part of the city's been abandoned for the last 200 years. The pollution got too bad.
Right.
Just give me something. I mean,
something.
Obviously that's what I assumed is probably going on as the pollution got too bad. And maybe Luc Besson is trusting in his audience to draw those conclusions.
Right.
Be educated a little bit, audience. I don't want to completely spell it out for you type of thing, but maybe for me, that would have been okay. It's a serious tone setter for the rest of the movie. Sci-fi meets pure absurdity. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I would be remiss if we don't talk about the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah.
I'm a big Mickey D's guy.
Of course.
So the cops, they try to get that food. It all ends in just loud, cramped, hyper-commercial nightmare. The future is advanced, but somehow still more annoying than it is even now.
Yep.
I looked to see if the golden menu here's your 2 golden menus.
Yep.
Which is, why wouldn't you say like your golden Big Macs, golden menus? It's okay.
Here's your product.
Not a real tie-in to McDonald's. McDonald's was a very big financer in this movie.
Sure.
But there was no like actual tie-in. How was there no actual tie-in?
Yeah.
I bet you the tie-in, the fact that there was no actual tie-in is because of the debacle that they had with Batman Returns.
Yeah,
you remember talking about that?
Be, yeah.
McDonald's like, we're all in on Batman Returns. Here's all these toys. And Danny DeVito's over there eating raw fish and puking up black blood during the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe they were like, we'll finance it. We're going to put our stuff all over the movie, even though they're really only in this part.
Pretty much just that part.
I can't think of another time seeing McDonald's.
No.
But it's very interesting.
It should be in more of the movie.
It does feel like a sci-fi prediction that has come sort of true, right?
Yeah.
They're
the powerhouse.
They are the powerhouse. Plus hot babes.
Plus hot babes.
Plus hot babes.
Yep.
Hot babes. Zorg's office desk meltdown is a very fun scene for me.
Definitely.
He has this philosophical speech about destruction while choking on a cherry and almost dying mid-rant.
Yeah.
Is Zorg intimidating, or is he just barely holding it together at all times?
At this point, he's definitely barely just holding it together.
Yes.
But then he gets right out of it. What is Ian Holmes' character name again?
Vito Cornelius.
Vito Cornelius. He just doesn't give a shit.
No.
He's just ready to watch him die.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah.
It seems like he would have been doing the world a favor.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean,
he's
I knew,
a religious man.
I knew he wouldn't die, but part of me thought, like, okay, this is a little insane here. He's just going to let him die, and then nope. He coughs up the cherry with one old pat to the back.
A nice hard one, at least.
A nice hard one. And then, boom, he's in cuffs, basically.
Yep, he's getting lifted out of there and carried out.
Yep.
Who puts a cherry in a glass of water and drinks it?
Zorg.
Is that a thing that somebody does?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing that people do.
Cherry water. I do that.
Yeah.
I'm a big cherry water guy.
That cherry, that unsmashed, unnothing cherry right in the water, it's a great flavor.
Great flavor. Unsmashed cherry water.
It's a great flavor. I don't get that.
Yeah. I'm not going to try it.
No. Email us if that's a thing that you've done.
If that's a thing you've done and you didn't choke.
You didn't choke.
Go ahead.
Please do that. It is interesting when he is choking and he's pushing all those buttons and his desk is going crazy.
Yeah.
Why would he have key combinations that fling all his like discs across the room, all his clothes across the room?
And is there a key combination that gets the cherry out? Or what is happening in that situation? Like he has to know all the possibilities of combinations and what they can do.
Yeah.
So I would assume one of them can help him.
It must be
but
one of those
too out of it to
his little
figure
robots. His little robots aren't helping him now.
Yeah.
So he dials up his little elephant friend.
Yeah, I thought the little elephant would get the cherry out.
Well, he
just laughed.
He did. He doesn't have thumbs. He's about the size of a house cat.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. He's like pointing to his back.
Trunk. Suck that thing out of there.
Oh, and I already said Oldman's Southern accent. For me, originally, it was a little bit weird. I'm like, why is he doing a Southern accent?
Yeah.
Why? But then I'm like, I'm all in on the Southern accent.
Definitely.
It's like the Georgia Belle type of. It's like the slow Georgia sitting on the plantation type of accent, which is a kind of appropriate for somebody like Zorg as a controlling, all-encompassing slave driver, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty willing to kill you for anything. That's the only reason he's intimidating is because he has the power to kill you.
Right.
Otherwise, he's not intimidating.
Not at
all. The purpose of his head thing, this little plastic head shield, it's just a fashion, right?
I think so.
It's just a fashion.
But okay, I don't mean to skip too far ahead, but what is the deal with the oil and the goo? Like whenever they're close to a burning-ish planet, at first I thought it had something to do with that, but then later, Zorg, it literally looks like oil.
It does.
Running down his forehead.
I don't quite understand the symbolism of that, but it happened also when the military confronted the planet at the beginning of the movie. So it has to be something with the power of the planet. Connecting with your mind. I think it would have been cooler if it was blood.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have been more, maybe to keep that PG-13 rating, it couldn't be blood.
I suppose. That makes sense.
But
I was questioning if everyone's machines at one point with the oil and it not being blood.
It's a good question. And I don't know, because Oldman, I think, kind of ruins the shot because the source of the black whatever substance is off screen.
Correct.
And then he reaches up there and you can see that it's just being dripped on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
coming from the ceiling.
Yeah, so it kind of ruins the fact that maybe, like his head is overloading and he's like excreting this goo out of his head because he's talking to Mr. Shadow. So, I don't know, that kind of ruins that scene a little bit for me.
It should come out of their nose or ears or something and not the forehead.
I think it was supposed to be, without any research from me, I think it was supposed to be just something that is presented as weird and off-putting and kind of scary, giving this planet this
like they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So it's scary.
Right, so it's scary. So I think that's supposed to just give you those like guttural like ew, that gives me the EBGBs. I don't know why I don't like that, but I don't like that.
Yeah, definitely.
They really evoke those emotions. I actually find Zorg to be kind of a moron in that it seems like he's kind of fallen into this position.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a very successful businessman, basically ruling the world in some weird shadow oligarchy type of thing.
At some point, a shit ton of people retired, and he was the most senior person. So he just got thrown into here.
Let's see who we got on the list. He's dead. Man, we're all the way down to Zorg.
Zorg?
Ooh. All right, get him in there.
All right.
Like I said at the opening of the podcast, I'm a big fan of the president.
Oh, definitely. The only thing I know him from, though, that I can think of is Little Nicky.
That's the only thing I could think of him as. And
okay.
I did look at his filmography quickly, and it's a lot of nothing roles.
Sure.
You know, he's a character actor. He's been in a lot of movies, that type of thing. Usually plays like the oaf, brute, bad guy type of thing.
Makes sense.
Instead, he's the president of the world in this one. It's a great casting for me. I think it's really cool how he represents how the president would probably act in the future. You know, he's especially challenging the status quo of what the idea of who and what the president could be in 1997.
Is there anything to the fact that the president resides in New York in the future?
That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
I just find that, why? I don't know. It just
Maybe
seems
it's
weird.
the biggest city in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting.
DC's
I didn't think about that.
Plummeted.
It could be. DC could be underwater.
Yeah.
I don't know. The president was a great casting, and he has I wouldn't say it's a throwaway role, but he doesn't really do a whole bunch in the movie.
Definitely not.
But he helps us. He helps us with understanding the communication between the government and what's going on in space, I guess. It helps us understand that a little bit. We mentioned the music a little while ago, and you nailed it. The music is unbelievable in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like top-notch, some of the best music and scene pairings that I've ever experienced in a movie.
Like, did Danny Elfman do the score on this, or what?
I mean, he didn't, but he should have.
Yeah.
Especially for me, the song during the car chase scene.
Yeah.
An accordion has never sounded so cool.
Hell yeah.
It's unbelievable. I love that so much. What about Vito, Cornelius, and David? What are your thoughts on Vito and David?
I love Vito.
What about David?
David
is the worst.
The worst.
Why is he
really
so jumpy?
He's so jumpy.
So it's like off-putting and annoying at how jumpy he is.
Yeah. Don't love it.
No, I don't love it either.
Don't love it very much.
Vito does a fine job. Ian Holm does a very fine job of moving the story along. You know, he is what gets the story going. He is what is being like, hey guys, we got to go do the story stuff. We got to go do this story stuff.
No, everything's okay. Yeah, she's speaking gibberish, but it's not gibberish. It's a language, the oldest language.
Exactly.
He's just like fast explaining everything that's going on in the movie.
And he presents himself as even though he's a man of the cloth and a religious man, the leader of this religious order, it seems like, who lives in a very small apartment for being the leader of this religious order. You'd think that maybe he's really living by the standards of like having a small lifestyle and that type of stuff. But he's the only one that knows what's going on besides Lilu. Yeah. He's the only one that knows what's going on. I guess David kind of does, but David's the worst. So I guess he does. And I am a big fan of how he takes it on himself to make his way to Floston Paradise.
Yeah.
And gets in that landing gear. Initially, I thought he was going to try to ride in the landing gear all the way through space. I'm like, that's not going to work out there, Vito.
Nope.
And he makes his way into the cabin, I guess.
Yeah.
Vito he's also a bit too jumpy for my liking, but
he is a little bit jumpy. But so is Bilbo. You know,
so is Bilbo.
It's just a little Ian Holm, I think, shining through in multiple characters.
There you go. That's a really good way to go about it. How about when Korben takes on the mission? I'm a fan of this part. It's very Three Stooges-esque when he's in his apartment and the military men show up. And then Lilo shows up, and he's hiding people everywhere, hiding people over there. And then the police show up.
Yeah.
Hands on the wall, you know. And it's
and the little yellow circles.
Yeah, they arrest the wrong Korben. He probably should have said "fuck you" instead of "smoke you," but that PG-13 rating. PG-13 rating. It's very funny. Lilu's in the auto wash. Vito gets shrink wrapped, of course.
Yeah.
It just really gives us a good sense of how slapdash this whole thing is, and you know they have very little time to save the world basically, and so we're just going with it. And you're gonna hide in the shower, you're gonna get shrink wrapped in a bed, and you guys are gonna hide in the fridge.
Yeah.
Did General Monroe die?
I think so.
It seems like he's dead.
I think so.
Does he? He comes back later in the movie, though. I'm pretty sure he's around later in the movie. They seem dead, do they not?
I thought they were dead.
They seem
but now that you say that,
dead.
like, oh shit,
he's
not dead.
Very, very dead. Did you understand that this movie takes place in less than 24 hours?
Damn. Okay, probably not.
From the time that she gets built to the time that the diva is performing in Floston Paradise, he says at one point when they're getting the tickets and stuff that the diva's performing in 4 hours.
Okay.
So, like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very fast-paced. And if you're not really paying attention, though, you might miss that. I wish they would have been a little bit more, which even goes further to the fact that they flew across the galaxy in a matter of hours, which is unbelievable. I really like that a lot. That flight to Floston Paradise, which is a great name. I don't know why I love that name, Floston Paradise. They should have just named it Hawaii, because when they got there, everybody was basically Hawaii. Yeah. The flight itself was very unnecessary. Yeah. Very, very unnecessary. Besides introducing Ruby Rhod. That's where we really get to meet Ruby Rhod. Did they really need to go into that hyper sleep? It was only like a 4-hour flight. Yeah. They didn't really need to go into that, which is fine. But I think the whole excuse for this whole thing was to have Ruby Rhod eat that chick out. Yeah. That was the whole excuse for the movie.
Pretty much.
He doesn't want one position. He wants all the positions. Don't forget about that future weed-smoking ground crew. Yep. They were toking it up.
Toking it up.
Big time. It was the only point of the what did they call them? The parasites underneath the plane or the space plane, which looked a whole hell of a lot like the space shuttle from the 90s. Yeah. Which it's 300 years in the future. Yeah. There should have been a better design, Definitely. But I guess keep it recognizable, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Keep it recognizable. The only reason that they even mention the fact that those parasites underneath the plane is so that they can discover Vito when they land in Floston Paradise. Yeah. That's the only reason. I mean, they should have just had Vito fall out of the sky or fall out of the compartment or something like that.
Awesome.
That's it. That Floston Paradise flight was fine. Not necessary. No. That's one point where they could have just shown them getting on the plane and then cut to them landing. Yeah. I mean, they didn't even give us that in Total Recall. Right. They were just all of a sudden on Mars in Total Recall. And we completely believed it. So it's fine. It's completely fine. Oh, and then finally that operatic sci-fi finale.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable, right?
But opera scene is peak.
Very much
with Lilu
so.
just kicking ass.
Yes.
Love it.
And Plava Laguna looks very much like the xenomorph from Aliens, if you ask me.
Yes.
There was definitely some a little bit of another little nod to another movie.
Definitely.
She looks like a xenomorph. It's that diva performance is one of the most unique musical action mashups ever filmed.
Oh, definitely.
It goes so well together. You know the rest, right?
Yeah.
Take it from the top, Trav.
No. If I could whip that out just on cue, how badass would that be?
It would be the most epic thing ever.
2 watches of this movie and just
the podcast would be done because we wouldn't be able to top it.
Nope.
It would be over with. We'd never do another episode.
Well, luckily I can't do that.
This sci-fi action movie pauses for an opera performance. Yeah. But somehow it still becomes the best scene in the whole movie.
100%. And I feel like at least 95 to 99% of things I've seen, shows or movies, the opera scene is one of the worst for me normally.
Yes.
Bore me to sleep. But this was peak.
She kills it. She's doing those arm flaps.
Oh yeah.
My God,
Love
she freaking killed it.
Love it.
She's singing an impossibly complex opera, and then it smash cuts to a full-on sci-fi shootout.
Yeah.
What is better?
What is better?
Then
we get one of the best for Ruby Rhod lines. Somebody hear this. Come get me. I'm in the first row.
The scene manages to be somehow beautiful, ridiculous, confusing, and the best part of the movie all at the same time. All at the same time.
Love it.
Absolutely love it. Throw in some Zorg.
Throwing a little Zorg?
It's even better.
Even better.
He's such an idiot, and he thinks he has the stones for the second time, but he does, in fact, not have them.
Nope.
His reaction is priceless.
So good.
It's he's almost delirious with anger. And he has to go back down and go back and try to get it one more time.
Yep.
It has to be one of the best edited sequences in a 90s sci-fi film ever, right?
Yeah,
it has to be.
100%.
It has to be. It's not just stylish chaos.
No, definitely not.
It's all purposeful. It all looks very, very good. It all looks very, very good. Lilu kicking all that alien butt to an amazing musical score, thrilling, comedic, until she's gunned down by Zorg. I mean, she's literally like slapping that guy back and forth.
I love that.
The punch, the double punch.
The back punch and then...
the pure chaos of that massive gun battle. Unbelievable. It's like the action payoff of the film, which is, I mean, it's the climax of the movie, so it should be our action payoff of the movie. Ruby Rhod, he's indispensable to Korben throughout the whole thing during the shootout, serving as a lookout and a teammate.
Yep.
He's just right there doing everything that Korben tells him to do.
Yep.
He's like the perfect little patsy to come along and help him out with it.
Definitely.
What about the Stones being inside Plava Laguna?
Didn't see that coming.
Very weird.
Yep.
Seems painful.
Yeah, a little bit of pain involved there.
I was very uncomfortable when he was reaching into her abdomen. I was like, I don't like this. Please, I know she's dead, but I still don't like this.
Still making me uncomfortable.
And then Korben, he manages to take out all those aliens.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, but he does it.
That's the John McClane in him for sure. Yeah.
He faces those rockets from that gun that looks like it should have been an assault in American Gladiators, which was awesome with the shield on. I'm like, oh, they're playing some Assault, American Gladiators.
Nice.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I loved when the deaf guy rolls him the billiard balls when he's asking for the gun. Give me the gun. And he's like, what? Give me the gun.
Yeah.
And then he goes do some other shooting and the gun. And then he rolls him those 2 billiard balls. Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Korben, he shoots those aliens' legs out. Another nod to Die Hard.
Yep.
Remember when they're in the computer room and he shoots those guys' legs out?
Yep.
I mean, obviously has to be a nod
Obviously.
to it has to be, which
Gotta
is
be.
very, very cool. The server room Die Hard scene. How about the fire after Korben and Ruby blow those aliens up? It was absolutely humongous. And on a soundstage.
Yeah.
Like, that was shot indoors. That's unbelievable. That fire was unbelievably huge.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
0 chance Korben gets away in that little ship.
No.
0 chance.
No.
He's totally engulfed in this massive explosion. But
yes.
they get out, no problem.
No problem. No problem at all. Did you know that if you take out the leader of the Mangalores, all of them give up?
Yep.
All of them give up.
All of them.
Seems convenient. Where did he learn how to negotiate like that?
I do love that scene, though, because is it Lee Evans?
Yes, Lee Evans.
Yeah, he is so fucking funny every time he's on screen. But he's like the leader.
Yes.
And, you know, Korben doesn't know any different, but he just takes the lead right away.
Yep.
And Lee's like, yeah, sure. every suggestion he has, yeah. It's just...
He plays a great comedic foil, and he gives us a couple of good, funny moments. But he's completely unneeded in this movie, if you ask me.
100%.
It could have been any other person playing that. Yes, Lee Evans gives his like typical Lee Evans comedic performance. He was basically playing the same brother from Mouse Hunt.
Definitely.
But, you know, it was fine. It was funny. But if you're going to have somebody who is like a world-famous comedian like Lee Evans in a movie like this, why didn't he have a little bit more?
A little bit bigger of a role.
A little bit more?
You would think. But yeah, this role would be just, you know, dismissed if it wasn't Lee Evans.
It's true.
So.
It's true. It would have been completely like a non-thing whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Somebody had to deliver those lines, and if you can get a recognizable face to deliver them, might as well, I guess.
Well.
Unneeded, but still necessary.
Yeah.
And finally, the evacuation. Bad for Zorg, good for Korben and crew.
Yeah.
The Mangalores had their own bomb. What a twist.
What a twist.
So he gets out of there.
Yeah.
They make it.
Somehow.
You know how to fly this thing? It's just like flying a taxi.
Yeah.
Except
sure.
I was an army or a military fighter pilot also.
Yeah.
So whatever. I did like how there was those weird like brackets on the screens in the ship.
Yeah.
Behind him. I'm like, I thought to myself, what are the point of those brackets? Are they like physically manipulating things on the screen like an autopilot? So it's not done with software. It's done with like a physical machine.
Right.
I like that angle.
Do like that.
If that's what it was, that's what I'm going to pretend it was.
It is.
That's what it is, Trav. That's what we say it is. And finally, activating the stones. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Yep. Here it is.
The Death Planet is advancing towards Earth. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
That was in this movie.
That was in this movie.
It was gone for 3/4 of it, but now it's back.
It's back, and there's only seconds left.
Seconds left. Lilo learns about war on the way back to Earth, and guess what? It's bad.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Thanks.
It's really bad. And then it pauses on that nuclear explosion. Yes, we all understand. Nuclear missiles are bad.
Very bad.
We get it.
We get it.
We get it. Korben and crew are back on Earth and back in Egypt, back where it all started.
Yep.
Full circle moment for our movie, which is always cool. I enjoy that. They have a hard time figuring out how to activate the stones, but they do it thanks to David.
Mm-hmm.
So David wasn't completely pointless.
No.
I suppose you could have had Ian Holm blow on those things too, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Blow on one. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
And get one wet with sweat.
Yep.
There you go. We got air. We got water. Pour some dirt on the other
A
one.
little dirt, and then we got one match
His
left.
final match.
One match left.
Which, when he has that first mini cigarette,
Yeah.
he has 3 matches and 4 matches, 3 matches.
3, I think.
3
Yep.
matches. He uses 2 of them for 2 cigarettes.
Yep.
He's got 1 left.
One left.
1 left. Mini cigarettes. I think that's a really. I should put that in the future tech portion that we did, because those giant filters are hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I mean, what's the point of smoking anyways? But really, what's the point of
Yeah,
smoking?
definitely.
It'd probably be like probably $700 a pack.
And doesn't he have like a little like Cruella de Vil type thing that the cigarette is sitting in as well, or is it just one long filter?
One long filter.
Just one long
Yep.
filter.
I do like how there's a machine on the wall though that's like for a day. You can only get 4 of those mini
For a day.
for a day. Try to quit. And then Korben's last match for the fire one, and bam. Throw that half-dead Lilu in the center, and she kills that evil planet with love.
Boom.
Korben's love.
Korben's love.
Korben's love, and they kiss for the second time.
Yep.
That first time was highly inappropriate.
Very.
Why would you kiss a stranger?
Why would you do that?
No reason to ever kiss a stranger that's passed out on your couch. On another guy's couch. But Korben, you're creeping me out, brother.
Definitely creeping me out.
Creeping me out. Don't kiss strangers.
Yeah.
I know it's the future, but I'm pretty sure you still can't kiss strangers in the future.
I know you're freshly divorced. So this is not cool.
Oh, she's passed out. I think I'm going to kiss
I
her.
think I'm going to kiss her. Damn, those blue eyes that I can't see.
He did end up with a gun to his head, which was much deserved.
Yes,
much
yes, it
deserved.
was.
It was a funny bit when he asks Vito like what she said, and what does this mean? He's like, not without my consent or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, yep, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That adds up.
That makes sense. They kill the planet, freezes it in space, turns it into a stone 62 miles from Earth, most likely altering the way everything works on Earth.
100%.
Killing billions.
Killing billions.
Billions and billions.
And the time ran out. I'm sorry,
It
but the
did.
time ran out. And then all of a sudden they freeze the planet, and it's way further than I expected
Yeah.
it to be from
Yeah.
Earth. But like you said, even if it stops there, you just fucked up a lot of things on Earth.
I'm assuming that like 62 miles from Earth. I mean, that's super, super, super close in the
Super close.
in the scope of space.
Right, right.
Would have a very good chance of like stopping the Earth from spinning,
100%.
Causing
it
the-
would be like, yeah. it
causing
would
the
be in
moon
its
to crash
atmosphere.
into the
Yeah.
Earth.
For sure.
It would not work out.
No, it would not.
But it was just that easy.
Right.
It was
Yeah, it
just
was
that easy. Then Lilu and Korben, they bang it out in the future because, they deserved it.
Of course.
Even the song that the movie ends with them doing it to was the perfect song.
Definitely.
It was such a good, that is a peak, late 90s love, grungy, alternative song that is unbelievable. And I don't know the song, but I'm just saying it should it fits so well with what this movie was trying to do.
And
the music,
the blue light just reminds me of the love scene in Top Gun.
Oh,
but they make fun of it, and It's Always Sunny as well.
They never really kissed. There was a lot of licking going on.
A lot of licking,
a lot of weirdness going on. And roll credits, Trav. Roll credits, Trav. So you want to go through some of my funniest lines?
I do, yes.
My first one is negative. I'm a meat popsicle. I love that one. I love that. I don't know, like that really. The cops are like, what? He's not. He's a meat popsicle. All right, it must not be him.
Must not be him.
And all he did was I don't know who crossed off the numbers on his door.
Yeah.
I don't know who put that sticker on the thing. It must have been Lilu or Vito. One of the two. I don't know, but that was interesting. The anybody want to negotiate? That was one of my favorite lines, funniest lines of the whole movie.
Yep.
Translation, negotiation is over, and so are you.
Yeah.
I really loved Ruby Rod's buzz when he was buzz, buzz, buzz. Like he's really taking like real time like radio static to dismiss people.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was very, very cool.
Like that.
And give me the cash. Give me the cash. That was hilarious opening to the movie.
Really funny.
And you could see on Bruce Willis's face, that actor was legitimately making him laugh.
100%.
He was having a hard time not breaking, and I love the candidness of that.
Yeah.
And you can tell that maybe his reaction of really laughing at him may not have been intended, but it works very well for the movie. Tries to rob Korben and immediately regrets every life choice he's ever made. Peak pick the wrong guy energy.
Yeah.
What kind of drugs is he on?
Yeah.
Can I have some?
Right.
And that hat, I like your hat. He's like, thanks. Multipass from Lilu.
Multipass.
Oh man, she says it repeatedly. It's simple.
Multipass.
It's legendary.
It is.
Somehow Mila Jovovich makes it funnier every time she says it.
Korben's trying to get her to stop.
Yes, she knows
it's multipass.
She knows it's multipass.
Multipass.
And then of course, for me, Ruby Rod's catchphrase, that's super green. Super green.
Super green.
No explanation. No explanation needed.
No.
We know what it means, super cool.
Yeah.
But super green.
Super green.
Is it green? Was it green?
I'm in the first row. I just love that so much.
Do you have any lines, Trav, that you can think of?
No.
Man.
I said my couple.
Only The Fifth Element could make you say, what did I just watch 5 times in a row?
Exactly.
And then start it over again.
Exactly.
Oh, my God, Trav.
So
that
good.
movie is something else, man.
This is in that upper echelon. Like I said, man, this is a really, really good movie. There's no questioning that I will watch this again sooner than later. Sorry, Riley, but this is not a Surf Ninja situation. I will be watching this shortly again.
It's funny, as I talked to him about Surf Ninjas, and I was like, sorry, we ragged on it so hard. And he's like, it was on. I haven't seen it in a long time, and it was, I think this is what he said at least. And he said that he should go back and watch it just to see how bad it really is.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you should.
You should.
And then I told...
You made us do it.
I told Chris, I was like, Chris... you should watch Surf Ninjas, even though it's terrible. He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I'm bringing in the DVD. Bringing in the
You're
DVD.
fucking doing it. We had to do it.
Doing it. All right, Trav. Are we ready to talk about the homework assignment?
I think we should. I'm pretty pumped for it.
All right. It's Half Baked from 1998. Directed by Tamra Davis. Written by Dave Chappelle and Neil Brennan. Produced by Robert Simmons. Starring Dave Chappelle as Thurgood. Sir Smokes a Lot. I love Sir Smokes a Lot so much. And doctor said I need a backiotomy. Guillermo Diaz as Scarface. Jim Brewer as Brian. Harlan Williams as Kenny. Harlan Williams... sneaky best character of the movie.
Yeah.
Sneaky best character of the movie.
Definitely.
Rachel True as Mary Jane. Clarence Williams III as Sam Sampson. I gotta talk to Samson. Laura Silverman as Jan. Tommy Chong as the Squirrel Master. Cinematography by Steven Bernstein, edited by Don Zimmerman, music by Elf Clausen, produced by Robert Simmons Productions, distributed by Universal Pictures, released January 16th, 1998, at a budget of $8 million, box office of $17.5 million, $34.9 million in 2026. Thank you, U.S. Inflation Calculator. Hey, that's making some money.
Definitely.
Way to go. You doubled your budget off of a comedy was not a great big success.
Yep.
I'd like to know what it made in DVD sales, in VHS sales,
right.
you know, because I'm
right.
sure it was massive.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was absolutely massive.
I feel like the funny lines is going to be 3 pages each for us.
Oh, guaranteed.
Because it's just such a quotable movie. I still say a lot of that all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
I'm sorry, buttered stuff.
Let's give him some pink popcorn and some Funyuns and ice cream. He's a diabetic.
Buttered stuff.
Butternut.
Oh, boy. All right, Trav, with all of that out of the way, why don't you hit me with that outro?
Let's do it. We got a couple emails today. One from Speak of the Devil, Riley Bob. Says, Kwanzaa, dudes. My first question is, how dare you? And secondly, who do you think you are? He says, we do not tolerate Surf Ninja slander in my house. Kidding. It's an acquired taste if you weren't one to grow up with it at the age of 8 or so. And my doing homework from last week with Sidekicks, glad you enjoyed it. Again, a slightly acquired taste, but thankfully Chuck Norris does a lot of heavy lifting, which we agree with.
Yeah, definitely.
I have not shown my daughter Sidekicks yet, although definitely will try at some point, and had planted the seed when they were younger, showing them Power Rangers, nice, and what the possibilities karate and friendship can bring in life. So naturally, the next step should be Sidekicks.
Karate and friendship for everyone.
For everyone. Anywho, pondering and thinking again in serious question world, being creatures of the 80s and 90s, where our consumer product placement, toys, were cleverly integrated into our Saturday morning cartoons, comic books, video games, and now in the midst of being fed nostalgia straight into our veins, no complaints here, what would your number one genie wish be for an all-time favorite property to get any and all collectibles, media, products you could ever want to be from?
Oh, man. So, like, I wish I had all of that.
All of that.
All of that.
Everything having to do with it.
Oh, man, that's kind of tough. I think that I would I think I would probably choose Batman, honestly.
Sure.
I think I would choose, like, the original, maybe if you count it, the whole Batman series, you know, all that promotional material, all those toys, all those McDonald's toys. Oh, I think I would probably choose Batman. I think it'd be really cool to have all that Tim Burton Batman stuff.
It's hard for me. It's between 3 things. DBZ.
Yeah.
Just give me everything. Even like the VHSs, it'd be cool to have all those because I used to want them. They make the scene when you got them next to each other and all that. All the toys.
Yeah.
But the collector in me leans more towards Pokemon.
Yeah.
If I could have all, like, at least a little bit of each set that's ever came out, the toys, all the games, and, like, graded games, you know, not just I own one of them, but I have it in the case, sealed. I wasn't a kid who played it. I kept it for the value. That'd be pretty sick to have a display of that. And then probably just, like, PS2.
Yeah.
If I could have every PS2 game ever, that'd be a sick library.
That would be a sick library. That would be awesome.
But, yeah, that'd be a cool genie wish. If
it would.
Riley wants to figure out a way to get us one of them genie wishes.
Yeah, please do.
Cool.
Please do.
And then he says, what IP do you feel never got a fair shake of product or toy line in its time, or most people should have known about? And as always, keep up the great work and crunching all the homework. Riley.
For me, A Never-Ending Story, yeah, it was a successful movie, but there seems like there's a vast universe of toys and novels and books and magazines and video games and comic books that should have been spawned from The Never-Ending Story, but wasn't ever really spawned. It just became like a childhood classic, for me especially. Like, why wasn't there more? How have we not revisited Fantasia?
Yeah. That's
How
true.
have we not revisited Fantasia?
That's true.
I think that's mine.
The thing I think of is Beast Wars, because I was obsessed with that. And I feel like it had the potential to, like, go as long as Pokemon did, but it never did. Like, yeah, the CGI was terrible in the show, but the toys were some of the coolest toys ever.
Transformers Beast Wars?
It's Transformers Beast Wars.
I watched that one.
For sure. I had a good amount of those toys, but that seems like something that would still stick with kids today.
Yeah.
But Maybe the CGI was just too terrible back then. I'm
it
not
was,
sure.
looking back on that series, the CGI was pretty bad.
Bad.
Like really bad.
Almost made Mortal Kombat Annihilation look good.
It was on par.
Yeah.
I remember I watched that actually quite a bit. That was one that was on in the morning before school that I would watch.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Did that transition to Saturday morning cartoons?
I don't know if it made it Saturday mornings, because I was I bet you I was probably, because that's probably what, like 96, 97?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like 13, almost 14 years old, so I was kind of aging out of that a little bit. So, but I still watched it in the morning.
I was 8. I was all about it.
You were all about it.
All about it.
Yeah.
A follow-up question to Riley. I'd like to know if you... I forgot what I was going to ask you. So let me think for a second. Let me look at his email again. Maybe that'll make me think of it. No.
Nope.
We're just going to cut that part out because I cannot think of what I was going to ask.
You want that cut out?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut that out, Drew. Cut it out.
Cut that part out, Drew. So our next email comes from, Man Bear Pig.
Yeah.
Let's call him by his
Constant
alias.
emailer.
Constant emailer. Keeps us in business.
He does.
To answer your question that we asked, I believe, in Sidekicks, he says, to answer your question, yes, an automatic or semi-automatic rifle will shoot after being fully submerged in water.
Interesting.
The bullet casing is enclosed, so no water gets into it. The primer can still be struck by the firing pin, and the trigger can still be squeezed, which in turn activates the firing pin to strike the primer. However, moisture will impede the mechanics of the gun and will most likely cause cycling issues, meaning the bullet will fire and eject, but the next round may not chamber correctly, resulting in a malfunction. To be clear, you'd probably have to manually change the next round, which means you will eject a good round and get the next one in. Essentially, you'd turn the gun into a pump action while expending good amounts of ammo. At that point, you might as well throw the machine gun at the bad guy because you'll be dead fucking around with the gun. Also, if the gun is still submerged and you fire it, you basically will explode it.
Really? I did not know that.
He says,
that's great.
AK-47s are known for being the most reliable weapon to fire under all conditions, whether it's sand, water, ice, mud, etc., but their accuracy is such garbage that I would never own one. You can submerge them, and they'll fire repeatedly, but you won't hit the targets. And then he says, there is a YouTuber called Garand Thumb, as in Garand Thumb, that has excellent but lengthy videos on guns subjected to harsh conditions.
Interesting. Well, thanks for that, Man Bear Pig. I appreciate that.
We like that.
Thorough and accurate explanation of our question. I appreciate that.
And now my follow-up question with Riley is, he says that he has planted the seed with Power Rangers. I'd like to know if that is the OG and only the OG Power Rangers, or are you getting into like the shapes on the helmet and that kind of stuff? Because I stopped after the OG personally. So I'm wondering if he's like a huge franchise fan of Power Rangers or not.
Wasn't there one where they got into dinosaurs, like
I think
Triceratopses or something
like that?
Well,
I mean, that's one of the OGs, is just Tyrannosaurus, like... because they all turn into one big Godzilla dinosaur-looking object. Yeah. But you know what? If you want to email us, you can. It's super easy.
Yes,
you don't have to be named Man, Bear, Pig, or Riley.
Nope.
You can do it. It's at podcast@overduehomework.com. And if you're not already following us on Facebook and Instagram at Overdue Homework Podcast, you should do so. And again, subscribe to our YouTube and leave a like, comment. And that's also at Overdue Homework Podcast. Last but not least, don't forget to tune in to the next exciting episode of the Overdue Homework Podcast.